we would never have run into this situation. We would have never been short of food if we had lived according to the natural law of the universe. What you sow, so shall you reap. We keep killing beings, including our own children, our own blood children, bloodline children. I will let you hear what the king of Mara thinks of killing your own babies after a while. Now, we continue with this first, yes? We create very bad causes, so we are reaping bad consequences. We have too much water, but we waste it in all and pollute it more and make it more filthy by letting the animal people use our precious water. And it's not necessary. We keep breeding and feeding and doing all kinds of related actions to raise the animal people and then kill them for food. And we have already been reporting to you how much it costs. How much it costs. The animal people raising and killing and the washing, cleaning and transporting and medical bills related to animal people, diseases that we consume by meat, etc. We can never talk long enough concerning this subject. We would never have had like the third world, underdeveloped world, because every country will be developed if the more advanced societies help them to enjoy whatever God's blessing that has been bestowed on us. We will have too much abundance of everything. Food, water, health, according to our good standard of living. If every country had become a so-called developed country, then no sickness, no poverty, nothing bad at all would have happened to this planet's tenants. Then we could live here like in Eden. My God, imagine all the inventions that we could have and serve humans to the best standard. And we wouldn't have war. We wouldn't have spent trillions, zillions of dollars just to kill, just to produce murder instruments and use them to kill each other. So much money wasted, so much carelessness has been spreading all over the planet, killing millions, billions, trillions of people all the time. After one finishes, the other will rise up. Up to now, it's like that. Instead of taking care of each other and enjoying the shared blessing together, humans continue to destroy, to waste, to kill, to murder each other and the benevolent beings such as animal people. So we keep reaping the bad, worst possible consequences all the time from our collective actions. I don't know how, as a human, you can see all this and feel that it's okay to continue. The karma makes humans all blind, deaf and dumb. Just one glance of the news every day, everywhere in the world, then you know all is not correct. Our actions have brought so much disaster on ourselves, and our next generation will suffer even worse. And meanwhile, all humans say, I love my children. I love my great-grandchildren. Please, when the children grow up, they pressure them to get married and then to bear them children. And they're happy when they have some grandchildren or great-grandchildren. They celebrate. They show their affection, their love, their happiness, and spend money without worrying on them anytime. But the things they do are killing the future generation. So most of the things humans do nowadays are quite contradictory to what they really want. So it must be the blindness of karma, of collective consequences that rain upon them that they could not even think straight. Otherwise, just say, for example, Mr. Putin, the president of Russia, he loves animal people. He spends a lot of money and time for the animal people. He even flew a very little airplane, which is risky, in order to guide the wild geese people to a better habitat. A man must have so much love in order to do that. And he loves his country, his people. He went anywhere, for example, even one time, to snatch the right to host the Olympics for his country. And the Russian people, they are very peaceful people. I've been there, I know. I told you the story. It was on my birthday that I was in Russia giving the first ever, and I think the only one lecture. But people there are so good, so good. I told you about the lecture already. They even told me, oh, the bus is right in front of our hotel. You don't take a taxi. It's too expensive. They know I have money. I didn't rent the cheapest or the smallest room at all because I have people with me also. So we have to have decent rooms in order to work efficiently. They knew it, but they still took care of my money. I'm a stranger to them. That was before my lecture even. They didn't even know that I am the one who goes to lecture. They didn't call me master or anything. They said, oh, the bus is right in front of you. You don't take a taxi. It's too expensive. No need. You go straight to town. That's all. If you just want to go to town, go to the bus in front. And when you tell the driver to tell you when your destination comes, your town, then he will tell you. Everybody, they do speak English. Oh my God, what kind of hotel staff would worry about your little thing like that and your little convenience like that? And I went to the bus. I told you I didn't know. I'm not used to going on the bus, so I just went in and sat down. I didn't pay at all. Nobody said anything. Or maybe in Russia, buses are free. I had too much on my mind about seeing things around in Russia to see how people live and how happy they are, how contented the expressions on their faces, in order to perhaps include it in my lecture. So I didn't think of paying the bus fare, but nobody said anything. The driver didn't say anything, just let me go up like that. And people let me sit even. They saw I'm so small. One of them or a couple of them stood up and let me sit on the bus, sit. Afterward, I realized that I didn't pay. My God, and it's too late. The bus was already gone. So later, I took a taxi home and I give a generous tip to make up for it. I didn't do it on purpose. You all know, the bus fare could not be that much. I could afford it naturally. If I could afford a taxi, then I could afford the bus, but I have never thought about that. I hadn't taken a bus for many, many years. I forgot, I was in a strange country also. Everywhere I went before, I went with a big group and they always drove me around. I never had to take even a taxi. But there was a war, in Europe at that time. I was invited to help to curb the war, and I did. And the war did end fast, punctually at the last minute of my lecture tour. So I could not take many people with me, even in Europe at that time. In Slovenia, I had to rent a car, I told you already. Not an automatic car even, and that's the first time I ever drove that kind of car, and the car stopped many times on the highway. So I had to write on a piece of paper, tape it on the back window, saying, new driver, please tolerate, please forgive, yes. And I kept driving and stopping, driving and stopping. And luckily at that time, maybe there were not many other cars, but still a lot of cars passing me by and waving to me and smiling. I thank them for their tolerance and understanding up to now. I think about that. I still think it was just too risky because some disciples came to me and said, Master, we have car here, come with us. But I did not want to. I had to go all alone with the luggage and tickets and the car, everything all by myself. Because the karma at that time was like that. I had to pay any price possible if I wanted to stop that war. Yes, many more things I had to do related to my work. Like sometimes I have to starve for many days. Or I have to eat strictly just one thing and just a few pieces of it. Or just drink water and not allowed to even drink anything else or eat anything else, for example, like that. So I never told you, but the karma of the war in Europe at that time stopped so fast. Only you thank me, the European disciples thank me, because some saw it, but most people didn't see it.
And now we have a hotline from Hannah in the United States.
Most beloved Master, the reunited three most powerful and Supreme Master TV saints. Recently, Master revealed that she is the Dharma wheel-turning king. I recall my experience during Master's European lecture tour in May 1999. Due to the outbreak of war in the region, some European disciples earnestly requested Master to save Europe. Thus, she lovingly accepted the invitation and spanned 18 European countries in weeks. I went to one of the lecture cities, Prague, to help. We were assigned to distribute lecture flyers at the most famous tourist attraction. I was focused on my mission and did not pay attention to sightseeing. I just checked online, and it is most likely the St. Vitus Cathedral complex of buildings and the square. There, I chose my spot carefully, facing the narrow passage where thousands were forced to pass. For the whole day, I was standing there, handing flyers to people. I remember vividly that streams of tourists poured through constantly, speaking many languages, their voices weaving together like a tapestry of the world. The flow of humanity reminded me of the wheel of reincarnation itself, endless, ceaseless. And then, for a heartbeat, a brief moment, I saw it. A vision flashed before my eyes. A gigantic wheel turning on the right side of my vision. The wheel of samsara itself. And in front of me, the wheel slowed down. And for that moment of pause, people looked. People reached. People took what I offered. Flyers with Master's photos and lecture details. Not paper, but seeds. Not ink, but destiny. Each flyer is a whisper from eternity. Some paused and began reading. Some shared it with their companies. Some saved it and may have changed their lives later. Some came to the lecture and met Master in person. Some received initiation and changed their fate forever. Since then, more disciples have been born. A country was blessed. At the time, I only felt awe, the invisible hand that halts the wheel. Years later, when Master revealed she is the Dharma wheel-turning king, I finally understood what I had witnessed in Prague. The wheel I glimpsed was real. The power that paused it was real, and for a brief moment in May 1999, beneath the spires of St. Vitus, I stood at the crossroads of destiny, watching souls stepping off the wheel and turning toward God. Thank you, Master, for your tireless efforts in saving sentient beings, life after life. All best wishes to you. May all souls recognize the Savior and leave the wheel ASAP. Hannah from the United States.
I don't mind whatever. It's in my job. I feel like I have to do whatever I can. So many things are like that, you know. It's not like free of charge, not like free of karma. So all the inconvenience in Europe during my European tour was caused by the karma. But those were not the only ones. There are many more, but I don't want to tell you. I want you to just enjoy your blessing and happiness every day and not having to worry about me or knowing too much of the price of my payments, okay? Because if I have to tell you, then we will never finish the stories of my life, of what I have to do. Not just in this physical world, but in hell as well. In the invisible world, sometimes the punishment is more heavy than in the physical world that you can see. In the physical world, you might see that a master might suffer this, suffer that, and get sick and be ridiculed, be humiliated, be cursed upon, be wrongly accused, all kinds of things. But that is nothing, all of this, nothing compared to what a master has to suffer in the invisible world as well at the same time, or different timing.